people could be quite cutting, or you could come off as being quite cutting, but in the end you are honoring yourself. So I don't feel like it's extremely selfish or anything like that. And you may hear some harsh words, some, like I said, some clap back from whoever it is or whatever the situation. They could be not very happy with the way you are presenting yourself, or if you're saying no, or you're putting out these boundaries, and folks aren't really used to it. There may be, you know, some accusations flying around, like, oh, you're this, you're that, like, you know. But you may be deciding also with the swords energy here that you may be cutting some people out. Okay, so this is like overall what I'm getting. It's more like redefining yourself and how you're showing up to the important relationships in your life over the weekend. All right. Hi everyone, welcome back to Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alishia. Thank you so very much for being here with me today. Yeah, let's just ring the bowl. We're calling spirit and see what the overall vibe of the weekend is. Happy full moon, lunar eclipse to each and every one of you. I know I've been feeling the vibe, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some straight up harsh truth type of message. All right, so let's see what's coming in for the weekend. Okay, I'm calling on spirit with so much love and so much gratitude. I ask for divine guidance as I interpret these messages. May they help us all on our journey towards our highest and greatest good. I'm asking for love, joy, peace, abundance, and protection for myself, for you, and for all beings on the planet at this time. Thank you so much, spirit. Okay, let's see an overall vibe. What is the overall energy for this weekend? And it's number one, we have the void. The void. Okay. The void, the darkness, the void. This is actually, it reminds me, well, what happens in an eclipse, right? We get this darkness that kind of comes over the moon, right? But it's a partial eclipse, so I'm just saying. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? We have hunger, 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 hunger. I think it's kind of funny. It's like full moon energy and dark moon energy, and this is kind of what we're currently in, right? The void, the hunger, something wanting to come out, wanting to be expressed here. Now, this full moon in Taurus, if you did tune into that reading, was all about expressing our truth, stepping into our true and authentic self, and honoring, you know, what feels right and true for the self. Okay, so let's just see, what is this all about? What is this all about? There could be a period of time where it was you could be wanting to spend time on your own, and then being like hungry for company, social interaction, things like that. It could be back and forth this weekend. We'll see what this is all about. What is the incoming energy, please, for our beautiful tribe? What is the incoming energy for this weekend? Oh, what do we have here? Queen of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Wands is extremely passionate energy, okay? Regardless of your gender, it doesn't really matter, or your sign. Anyone can embody this energy of the Queen of Wands. It's like passionately going after what it is that we desire, right? Our true heart's desire. So it is in line with this energy, especially with that hungry overall energy here. The Queen of Wands is hungry for success, hungry for power, and it's not necessarily hungry for power in a negative way. We'll see how this reading turns out, but it doesn't feel negatively aspected here. It's just like hungry to get things done, you know, really just wanting to accomplish some personal goals here. So this is the incoming vibe. Wow, this one wants to come out here. We have the Page of Swords overall. I feel like some of us are going to be, there's learning. Okay, hold on. Three of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. So far, no major arcana energies for this weekend. I feel like some of us here are going to be gathering information, taking our time, looking out to the future, and also implementing some very strong boundaries. I know that's been a theme here in our tribe. It's also been a theme overall. I've been feeling it as well. Honoring ourselves, honoring our emotions. Okay. I feel like this is some work that is continuing on over this weekend. What feels right and true for us? What direction do we want to go? Do we need to gather more information? What do we need to learn? We're doing some planning. We're looking out to the future. Okay. So this is just carrying over into this weekend. Also, drawing firm lines in the sand, okay, about what we are willing to do and what we aren't willing to do, and honoring again how we are feeling about certain things. So let's say somebody asks something of you, or say, hey, do you want to go out to this place? And in your mind and in your heart, you're like, no, I really don't want to do that. And sometimes, to avoid hurting other people's feelings, or we feel pressures, the societal pressure, or whatever the case. I'm just throwing out an example here. We may say yes, even though we feel no. So that's violating like a boundary, okay, for ourselves. And oftentimes it's us, we who allow these boundaries to be crossed. So I'm throwing that out as an example because I feel like there's a period of time where this weekend you may want to hold back. You may want to be on your own. You may want to do what it is that feels obviously right and true for you. And you may have to assert yourself, assert your true feeling about what it is you feel like participating in this weekend. And sometimes that can be, quite difficult if somebody's asking for something and you have to say, no, that's not what I want to do. We can get some clap back from that, standing up for ourselves. But I feel this real energy of people stepping into their power, standing up for their truth, and speaking their truth, no matter the consequences, okay? Because there's this awakening that is happening, okay? And it's happening for everyone, right? We're all feeling it in some type of way. Energetically, it's like you have to put yourself first, okay? Putting yourself first, putting your own emotions first in order to live a true, authentic life. And I feel like this is just an overall theme, okay? So it's carrying over throughout the weekend. And it gets easier once you start to, honor your own feelings, honor your own emotions when it comes to, requests that other people are making on your time, energy, and attention, okay? I just feel like this is all coming up here, people could be quite cutting, or you could come off as being quite cutting, but in the end, you are honoring yourself. So I don't feel like it's extremely selfish or anything like that. And you may hear some harsh words, some, like I said, some clap back from whoever it is or whatever the situation. They could be not very happy with the way you are presenting yourself, or if you're saying no, or you're putting out these boundaries and folks aren't really used to it, there may be some accusations flying around like, oh, you're this, you're that, like, but you may be deciding also with the swords energy here that you may be cutting some people out. Okay, so this is like overall what I'm getting. It's more like redefining yourself and how you're showing up to the important relationships in your life over the weekend. All right. Okay, this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. It doesn't mean that you're like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a process that whoever needs this reading is absolutely working on. And it's like we all need relationships in our lives and stuff, but I feel like you may have been someone who was sacrificing your true desires or wants, or in order to please someone else. That could be a thing as well, in order to make someone else happy. And I feel like this is when you're drawing back in your own personal power and saying, no, wait, I need to honor myself, and I need to do what feels right for me, regardless of how it makes another feel. Okay, so I feel like this is a theme. Okay, all right. So how are you going to feel about all this? How are you going to feel about all this? We have 9 of Swords. There's a lot of fear and a lot of worrisome energy around it, not gonna lie. Okay, 9 of Swords. It's like, when you have a difficult conversation and you may lose sleep or think about all the worst ways it could go, and we play it out in our heads, especially at night at the end of your day, and you're like, okay, well, if I say this, what is their reaction? And if I say that, what is it going to mean for our relationship, and these types of things. Now, this is just overall, it can be with any relationships, co-workers, friends, family, partners, whatever the case. But it's like, it's not it's not going to be as bad as it seems. Okay. Like I said, there's a lot of anxiety and fear around actually speaking this truth, speaking the truth to someone in your life. But yeah, it's never as bad as it seems, and we tend to work ourselves up in the mind. So you will feel a little bit anxious about it. There will be these unbased fears. I don't know if that's a word, like baseless fears, perhaps is what I'm getting here. It's like it's not really going to affect you. It's not really going to affect the relationship as much as you may think. Again, somebody may have a few harsh or choice words about you showing up in a different way in the relationship over the weekend, but it's not gonna be as bad as you think. Okay, it's not gonna be as bad as you think. And whoever it is here whoever it is here that you're expressing these feelings to, like your own true feelings about a situation and speaking this truth over the weekend, this person loves you. This person has love for you. So it's not like they may step back, it may catch them off guard or by surprise, and they may not like it. But at the end of the day, with the King of Cups, we have the King of Cups here. There's a lot of love in this connection, okay? So whatever relationship this is for you, whoever you are speaking your truth to, there is some deep love there. There's deep feelings. So I don't feel like it's going to be like a deal breaker. It could be that, but that depends on you. And this is a general reading, okay? So I just don't get that right away. But what I do see, and the advice coming in from Spirit is that holding your own wishes, holding your own dreams, holding your own desires in the forefront. And I feel like perhaps with this King of Cups combination and the Nine of Cups, you may have had some very deep feelings, I want to say repressed wishes, repressed dreams, like things that you may have perhaps been holding back on account of another in your life. And it's coming all up to the surface, basically, especially with full moons. Anything from the depths are going to rise up to the surface, right? Things will be illuminated. But I feel like more it's within the self over this weekend, okay? Still no major arcana, still no huge energies coming out to affect the weekend. It's all things that, are changeable. It's all day-to-day stuff. It's all nothing, crazy, nothing major coming out just yet. But what I do see is very powerful is that these deeply held dreams, desires, wishes, your own, coming up, rising up to the surface and no longer being able to be ignored. So you truly following your heart this weekend, following what's right for you, what feels good for you, and what is, you're putting your own happiness basically in front of anyone else. Okay, so this could be you could have been coming out of or learning about perhaps like codependent relationships, and they don't have to be, most of them are like with parents or siblings, and it's not always with romantic partners and in love. We often experience codependent connections within families, and I just feel like there's this breaking out, like there's this independent energy. Okay, now this can be at work, it can be really any area of your life. I mean, it's the weekend, so maybe some of you aren't working, but there is this, it's like this weekend you're finalizing, like, no, that's it. No longer putting my own happiness on the back burner. I'm putting myself first, and I don't care what you have to say about it. It is what it is. This is how I feel. And from now on, I'm honoring my emotions. Okay. It's very good energy. You're okay, bud? His coughing's getting a little better. Thank you to everybody who has my son's home here, obviously. Yeah, he's doing better, and thanks for all of your suggestions, y'all. Anyways, okay, so putting your own happiness first this weekend is basically what's going on. So whatever feels right and true for you, you're no longer denying the self, and that's huge. No longer denying the self for another person, okay? That's what I see happening over the weekend. Now, what is the outgoing energy? What is the outgoing energy here? The Magician. Nice. So the outgoing energy for you is creating basically this weekend. I see you again stepping into that truth, honoring yourself, honoring your emotions, what feels right and true for you, no longer suppressing how it is you truly feel about a person, a situation, or whatever. You're going after what it is you truly desire. So regardless of how that makes others feel in your life, you're doing what's right for you, okay? And that's not selfish. That's perfectly normal. We should all be doing that. And no longer sacrificing ourselves, our desires, our wants, what we're trying to manifest. We're not putting that stuff on the back burner for anyone. Okay. So it's a very powerful weekend in a way of like really solidifying and taking back your own power in all areas of your life, really, in order to create the life that you actually desire, and knowing that you have all the tools available to you and you're going to use every single one of them at your disposal to make something happen for you and make this dream happen, make this wish happen. Okay. So you are with the major arcana, the only one being the magician. It's almost like it feels like a reset this weekend is happening within you, within your emotions, what you're willing to stand for, what you're not. Okay. Very much in line with that full moon and eclipse energy reading, so I'll link to it somewhere if I haven't already. I don't know. And yeah, it'd be awesome to check that out because we're still in this energy. So usually with these lunar events, like a new moon, a full moon, you're going to feel the energy 3 days before and 3 days after. So I'm not really surprised that this is carrying through over the weekend here. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? King of Pentacles. Okay. So what, to me, this is taking charge, taking the power back. Okay. And really honestly honoring yourself and your own. It's just treating yourself like it's being loyal to yourself. How about that? Okay. So you're extending yourself this beautiful loyalty that you perhaps have extended to others throughout your years of existence on your own journey. Now you're turning it all back onto yourself and you are focusing on what is good for you, what feels right for you, perhaps what's going to bring in more money for you. Like say you may be deciding, to leave a career and go for something else. Or I mean, this could go in so many ways, but it's going to be in alignment with how it is that you truly feel, regardless of what another person may have to say about it. Okay. So I just see somebody really standing in their power this weekend. Now let's just get, or at least reeling their power back in order to make something good happen for themselves this weekend. So let's get one of these self-love energies. I may come back with another reading and just see, because I did miss yesterday. And Wild's not so sick today, so that's good. We have Remember Your Purpose. This keeps coming out. This keeps coming out for our tribe here, number 44. You came to Earth to learn how to love yourself, and that is... you came to Earth to learn how to love yourself and all that is, to achieve self-mastery, to explore conscious co-creation. Heaven resides in your heart. Absolutely. So some of you are remembering your purpose or remembering yourself. Really, it's all about the self this weekend. How to achieve self-mastery, right? Working on the self, working on what feels good for you, and consciously co-creating with spirit, with the universe, a life that that is in alignment with how it is that you feel. Okay. Very beautiful stuff. Very beautiful stuff. We have at the bottom of the deck, right? Again, number 22. So 2244. Very important master numbers, angel numbers here coming up. In case for confirmation, if you see those often in your life, that could be some confirmation. We also have right. So having an outlet to express one's thoughts leads to more clarity and awareness of oneself. Put pencil to paper and explore your inner world, okay? Underneath that, I cannot ignore this one. It says own your power, and I feel like this is the theme going on this particular weekend. Owning your power, owning your voice, owning your truth. Okay, regardless of any so-called consequences from other people in your life. Okay, so changing the world is easier after one learns to change oneself. Become the change you wish to see and watch the world around you shift. Beautiful energy. You can do it. I'm very freaking proud of each and every one of you who's reading this is for. You've come a long way, and I can just feel that energetically. So keep doing what you're doing, and I feel like it's going to turn out a lot easier than perhaps you may have hoped or feared when you're making this transition and just reclaiming your power, basically. So have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you again with another reading. Take care.